Today on the podcast, as we're grooving over here, we got NBA free agency. I got to talk about gambling. The All-Star starters have been announced, and a little bit of HBCU hockey, and also just a tad, just a smidgen of why Brian doesn't like athletes playing golf.
That's funny. Man, I'm digging this new music, man.
All right, everybody, welcome in to the NY to MD podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Schwartz here on the first day of July, the best month of the whole entire year. Also,
yeah, man, you got a lot happening this month, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, I'm after the show. I'm about to go buy some weed.
Oh god,
since it's legal in Maryland now. Let's go. Next week's show's gonna be good, people. It's gonna be lit. Next week's show, but thank you for streaming on YouTube, subscribe and like. Of course, we're on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter, as well as Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you find podcasts. You will find us, the NY to MD podcast. So I told you that we're going to be doing some different formats and different things. One of them is debuting our new song here. We're going to have a couple different songs, a couple different things, just changing up the flow of the show. And that's a rhyme that you can give to Nate because he's going to need it right there for the show. And just, just try different things. But that intro is mellow and cool and makes me happy. So whatever it did its job. I mean, I like the old entrance too, but that one was kind of bad. So, but thank you again, everybody, for being here. B, what's going on, baby?
It was look, man, everything is good, man. Can't complain. But yeah, it was a little rough this week, but it's all good, man. It's a weekend. It's a holiday weekend, kind of, sort of. So it's all good, man.
That whole Monday kind of blah blah.
Yeah.
And also to everybody out there in the world, happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yes, Bobby Bonilla Day. I don't know if you know this, but not only is Bobby Bonilla getting money from the Mets, but he's also getting money from the Orioles.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was funny. I was looking at the Orioles payroll. I was talking to someone and we were talking about how the Orioles need to spend money. And I was like, yeah, their payroll is only $67 million. And then I looked and saw who they're paying money to. There are 4 players, that they're still paying money to that are no longer in the team. Chris Davis was one. And Bobby Bonilla was one. I think he's getting like either $500,000 to $600,000 a year, man. So
yeah, for us it's $1.19 million. So just think about, you've been retired for forever. He's been retired for a minute. Yep. And you're getting paid from different teams. It's probably just like $2 million that's coming in your bank account every year.
Yeah, man. That deferred money, man. Him and his agent, man, were smart, man.
Yeah.
Smart.
Dude, they're just chilling. He's probably out on some farm fishing.
Yep.
Like, ching-ching. Oh, those my bank account money.
Yeah.
Almost forgot it was July 1st. So, yeah, man, that's well, good for him. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. And also happy this week as well to Tennessee State University becoming the first HBCU to get into hockey, collegiate hockey, of course, in cahoots or conjunction with the Nashville Predators, as well as the NHL. They'll be the first all-black hockey team. That is awesome, phenomenal.
That's right.
Hopefully other HBCUs, Morgans, the Howards, and get into it as well. Florida A&Ms, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
So it's a start. It's cool. I'm glad they did that little study of feasibility to get it done, and NHL is partnering up with them.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's a great thing. I should say that's a great thing. So I definitely starting with that kind of big news, but yesterday I should say was NBA free agency.
Well, hold on. Before we go there, can we just talk about our baseball teams real quick?
Okay. Well, I want to kind of
Oh,
stick.
that's right. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. And plus, I don't want to start off the show, negative. So
yeah,
because we're going to talk about the Mets. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll get to that later. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. But NBA free agency, which you know nothing about, which is going to be even better because I want to get your.
I can't. Let me tell you.
Did you peek?
No, but I did get an alert on my iPad. And it was funny because it was right after we talked last night. I got an alert. I don't even know how I missed the other ones, right? But for whatever reason, I got an alert. So I did find out where Dennis Schroeder signed. But I was like, that was such a minor one. I was like, okay, I don't care about that one. But I cannot wait to hear what's been going on. Because honestly, I had no idea. Dude, I had no idea until you said something. What I do know, I think you had told me Chris Middleton had opted out.
Mm-hmm.
You told me Draymond Green had opted out.
Yes, sir.
Kyle Kuzma opted out, but I think you pretty much hinted that he signed with the Wizards, right?
Yeah. So we'll start out with that. Kyle Kuzma is back in the capital city.
Love it.
4 years, 102.
That's it. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Actually, dude, I think that's
a good deal.
That's a good deal, yo, on both sides, really. Wow. All right, cool. I like that. So he's essentially getting, $25.5 million a year. That's awesome. That's a great deal. In today's NBA, where people are getting 30, 40, 45 million. Dude, let me tell you, I like what the Wizards are doing, yo. They got Poole now. You got the 1-2 punch of Poole and Kuzma. You got Tyus Jones, who could start and maybe come off the bench a little bit. I mean, I like this, man. I just want them to build upon what they're doing. They still have some of their draft picks that they held on to. They got CRISPR. I mean, I guess he's just a role player at this point, but I don't know, man. I like this. I like this, man.
Yeah, remember I was saying that's what I wanted them to do.
Yeah.
So and good. I mean, this is again, he had a career season last season with the Wizards, and like I said, him and Poole, the centerpiece of this. It'll be fun, maybe run and gun. Seems like style team who probably won't play any kind of defense, but it'll be fun to watch. And it's something different than just watching Bradley Beal be the guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, having Kuzma and, Jordan. See what basically Kuzma was known for what is he going to wear before he gets to the game. Right?
Yeah, right.
So at least now, it'd be more of a centerpiece of what is he going to do when he's on the court, how him and Poole going to get along. So I feel like it's a fun nucleus to watch. So that's closer to home for us, right? Right. So I'll start off with some of the bigger names that we're bringing. Draymond Green went back to Golden State.
Okay, not surprised. How much did he get?
4 years, $100 million.
Okay, do you know how old he is now?
33, maybe.
Okay, let me see.
I believe I'm not 100% sure.
All right, that sounds about right. I mean,
unless he was graying early, but yeah, he's got to be around 33, 34.
I mean, I never thought he was going anywhere else. Like you said, he's very good, yo. He's 33 years old. Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's perfect for that team and what he does for that team.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he's close again with Clay and Steph. So you don't want to, you won 4 championships with that nucleus. You don't just go blow it up right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though nothing is Steph's fault. Let me see what else we got. See how I just put that in there. I'm letting you know. What other big ones? What you call it? I said Chris Middleton opted out, so he could opt back in.
Chris who?
Chris Middleton.
Oh yeah, Middleton.
Yeah, he also signed a 3-year 102 with the Bucks, back with the Bucks.
Good.
So he's back there, 3 years, $102 million. Gabe Vincent, who was in the finals of Miami, undrafted free agent, one of the Miami mentality dudes, has cashed in for him. 3 years, $33 million, going to the Late Show over with the Lakers.
Wow. Okay.
Going to join LeBron, so good for him. Bruce Brown, one of the unsung heroes for Denver, really, really cashed in on his. He said last year nobody wanted him. Last year, was it last year? They didn't want me. Now I'm back. They don't want me. So Bruce Brown, 2 years, $45 million.
All right.
With the Indiana Pacers.
Oh, Pacers. Okay.
Let me see who else big on here. Rory Hachimura, our boy, back with the Lakers.
Oh, he signed back with the Lakers.
Back with the Lakers, which was important for the Lakers. 3 years, $51 million.
That's not bad
for Rory. That's good for him. He had a really good season with them. A real rejuvenated season.
And he seemed to fit in better there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially just 3-point shooting. That was really good. Yeah. So he really found his game.
Because I feel like with the Wizards, it's almost like they didn't really know how to use him there. But as soon as he got to the Lakers,
they just wanted to use him as you're a center. But I didn't even know he had like an outside game until he went to the Lakers. To be honest with you.
Yeah. So good for him. Good for him.
Yeah. No, love him and good team for him to be with. Just for me personally, Kevin Love signing back with the Heat for 2 years doesn't give the amount. Probably better minimum. I'm sure it's not going to be, but I'm glad. Good for him going back to Miami. Someone who cashed in is FVV, as we know as Fred VanVleet.
Oh, Van Vliet. Okay.
Leaving Toronto.
Oh.
And going to Houston. So 3 years, 130.
Damn, I was about to say they must have paid him a lot of money, for him.
3 years, 130.
Good.
FV.
What's that about 40, 43, 45 a year?
I don't know. That math, I was throwing me off. I was like, I didn't know how that adds up. I'm bad at that sort of thing. So that confused me. If it was 120, it would have been 40 a year, right? But that 130, 3 years, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
You said it's 130 over 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 43 a year. Man, my math is good. My middle math is on point.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, I mean, you're good at numbers. I'm good with words. Never good for numbers. And you said before, Dennis Schroeder getting 2 years, $26 million to go to Toronto.
Yes,
that dude is well traveled.
Yeah, but I think he regrets every day. Remember, he declined the year. It was like a 5-year, $90 million deal.
Who was it with?
It was with Boston or the Lakers, one of them two.
Oh.
And dude, he has not made up that money yet, man. It's amazing. But anyway.
Yeah. I think he fired his agent after that because you needed to.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I was like, dude, you're Dennis Schroeder, yo.
Yeah, but he thought he was Dennis Schroeder. I think that's it. Jeremy Grant re-signing with Portland.
Okay.
5 years, 160.
Okay.
We got Reggie Jackson re-signing back with Denver for 2 years, 10.25.
All right.
I always like to 0.25 there. Your boy, your favorite player in the NBA, Kyrie.
All right.
I'm sorry, my bad. All right, well, guess the contract. How's that? Guess the contract.
All right, so he's staying in Dallas. I'm gonna say they probably gave him a 2-year deal for about. Let me see, it's Kyrie. I'm gonna say 2 years, $85 million.
That would be incorrect. Add a year and add more money. 3 years, 126.
Damn, they like him that much?
I don't know. Yeah, but he's Kyrie.
That's crazy. So you said 3 years, 120 something?
126.
What do you think about that? Surprises me. Because I feel like when he got there, things kind of took a turn for the worse.
Well, I think that happens wherever he goes, honestly. So I don't know. It's hard for me because I feel like I've now developed this bias against him where you can see his talent, right? But when it comes to his teams winning when he's there, doesn't seem to happen.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to equate why would I give this really multi-talented dude this much money when it doesn't equate to championships, I guess.
Wow. I guess they felt like they had to
do something to
he
go
needed
along with.
Porzingis. Uh Luka Doncic, man.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. That's a shocker to me. 3-year deal for Kyrie.
yeah.
They gave him a lot of dough. All right. Okay. Any other ones?
Yep, we got some bigger deals that came along for some names, which I was a little bit shocked. So, first time All Star last year, young player Tyrese Halliburton re-signed with the Indiana Pacers, 5 years, 260
Damn.
for Tyrese Halliburton, who, by the way, had an online war with Wally Zerbiak for some reason because Wally Zerbiak kept calling him out. Yeah, like he just said, "You're not a deserving All Star. You're not an All Star player." And Tyrese like made the All Star game. He's like, "Why is this dude trying to pinpoint me?" But while you're Wally Zerbiak, dude, like who is you?
Well, Wally Zerbiak had a decent career,
He's
but
Wally Zerbiak.
I know.
It's not like it's Charles or
Yeah.
Sam Cassell, somebody that was actually good.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Wally Zerbiak, yo.
But that's crazy, yo. This dude's making Lamar Jackson money, yo. That's crazy.
Well, yeah. And Desmond Bain returning back to Memphis. 5 years, 207 for Desmond Bain.
All right.
For the Grizzlies, who also signed Derrick Rose to a 2-year deal.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's Derrick Rose, veteran now, who was re-signed by the Knicks in the deal. Also some big news is that not a free agent technically, but James Harden opted back in to take his $36.5 million team option and reportedly is looking to be traded. So the Sixers are trying to trade James Harden.
He's never happy. Good Lord. Him, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I don't know if he's not happy or the team doesn't want him around, which I wouldn't blame him either.
No, but I thought I was seeing stuff that he was mad and all this stuff at the team or something.
He's always in his feelings, but they were talking about certain places that he could go to.
Let me guess, the Lakers.
No, thank God. But there's another team in the same city.
The Clippers?
So thinking about maybe the Clippers, and for some unknown reason.
Please don't say the Warriors.
No.
Oh.
No, they know better. They would never. No. Some team that doesn't know better would do something like and want to sign James Harden. One team that seems to be doing pretty well so far is building a team. I'm not saying I agree with their head coach too much, but they made the playoffs last season. I think they were a 5th seed. Would look to get James Harden in. What team would I hate him to join the most?
I don't know.
The Knicks.
Oh, I thought you said out west.
No. I said anywhere. No, really. I said any team.
Oh, I thought you said.
Yeah, so the Clippers and the Knicks supposedly are names where he could be traded to. But please, he's another, maybe it's just me. Maybe you can help me out. I get he's an MVP. I get he can score. But I almost feel like it's like a Kyrie-ism. What has he done? Where has he won? What is he doing?
James Harden. You don't want James Harden.
No, I know. Dude, when's the last time I said something good about James Harden?
Right. I used to defend him, dude. But
all the time.
Yeah, I can't do it no more, yo. He's not a winner. He's not a winner, yo. He's not. In every year, dude, in the playoffs, right? At crucial moments, right? He seems to just prove this over and over again. It seems like there's always
this fascination with him. I feel like there's this.
I don't know, dude.
I understand Kevin Durant. Like I understand why KD is seen as being very important because to me he is that guy. He's been fine. The dude's been final. I've seen him in crunch time come through, right? Harden, no. I've seen Kyrie. Kyrie hasn't done it since that one shot he made in Cleveland.
Well, Kyrie, no. I'm sorry.
That's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying. So, like, both of them, and imagine they were on the same team together.
right. Kyrie had LeBron there. I don't count that. He cannot.
No,
Kyrie,
but I'm saying, but in that pressure situation, at least he made the shot.
yeah, but
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
Harden
yeah,
hasn't
okay.
done that.
I got you. I
That's what
got
I
you.
mean. Yeah, and
Harden,
KD made the shots.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's just
But
Harden. I haven't seen Harden do that.
it's funny because, like, as LeBron has shown time and time again, how he's money in the playoffs. It's the exact opposite for Harden. Like, there's always going to be a point in time in the playoffs where Harden's going to choke. It never fails, dude.
Disappear, whatever.
It never freaking fails. When you need him the most, when you need him the most, he chokes. Period.
And that's why I don't understand why there's this fascination with him.
I don't get it, man.
I get that he can score. Yes, he can. Sometimes he's a dude that can drop 50. But when it comes to the stretch time and in the playoffs, what does he give you? That's all.
He doesn't give you enough. He doesn't give.
He gives you nada. That's what
I'm not going to say he gives you nothing. I just don't think he gives you enough.
No, I think he gives you enough to give you the ticket sales, but I feel like that's about it.
Well, no, I'm talking about he doesn't give you enough in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
To justify what you pay him.
Right. So yeah, I hope he don't go to the Knicks, dude. I don't
know.
Why would they? To me, he doesn't fit.
Not one bit. Why would you? Yeah. That has to be the owner. It has to be.
Mm.
And that's the only thing because him and Thibodeau, I don't see that happening.
No, dude.
I mean, first of all, I need Thibodeau. I feel like I need Thibodeau gone anyway. But him and Harden, no. Just Harden in general in New York. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. He was already in New York. You saw him down in Brooklyn. What did he do? He needed to leave. He sits there, he plays with Embiid, and he can't stay there either. I mean, come on, yo. I mean, I'm good. I'm perfectly fine without him. Perfectly
fine. Any other free agency notable signing?
No. I mean, there's some lower level guys who were signed. That Cam Reddish signed a 2-year deal with the Lakers. Cam Johnson re-signed with Brooklyn. Seth Curry signed with Dallas. Little stuff like that.
Okay.
But nothing,
Okay.
Huge that we care about.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, happy for all these people getting their dough.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, NBA, man, these players are making tons of dough. I mean,
this ain't.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to be, a high-profile player to make a good living in the NBA. But good for him, man. Good for them.
All right. So speaking of, I said earlier it's Bobby Bonilla Day, and the Mets paying, and even though they said the O's are paying, former players and Bobby Bonilla as well, and but his 2 former teams are having polar opposite seasons. That's all I need to say. So you know what? I usually start out with the winning team, so I'm not going to do that today because I kind of want to get this over with. Let's talk about the New York Metropolitans. So my Mets were winning 42 last night when I was on the phone. I was watching wrestling. I was accused of I watched too much wrestling, by the way. I'm like, what else is on TV? Like, why wouldn't I watch too much wrestling? Even though I was watching the golf challenge the other day, which was very entertaining that some other people would watch because they'd rather watch, Love Blind Island. But whatever.
I was watching Married at First Sight yesterday. I ain't gonna lie.
Crazy. It just sounds like this is as bad as that blind date Amazing Race. So the Mets, we are 2-8 in our last 10. We have lost 3 in a row. We are now officially 10 games under 500. 36-46. Negative 19 run differential, which is cray-cray.
One thing I do agree with you with.
By the way, which is funny because the Cincinnati Reds have a negative 14 run differential, and they're 6 games over 500. And Milwaukee's negative 22 run differential, and they're 4 games over 500. So it just means that we're missing something somewhere. It's not scoring runs, it's giving up runs. And as we know, the biggest issue my team has is the bullpen. So the bullpen is absolutely, positively horrific. And it's terrible. This team is terrible. People are just also, the Mets fans on social media, just kind of watch it for the pure enjoyment of when we're going to lose the game right now. So now, can we go on a run if everything turns? Yeah, I don't expect it to turn because we score enough runs for the most part. We just can't hold nothing. It's like having the Mets have a stomach virus. They just can't hold nothing down. Everything comes back up. That's exactly what's going on. That's to meet the Mets, beat the Mets, and that's basically what's going on right now up in Citi Field. So yeah, so that's exciting. So what's going on with the Airs, homie? Going on with the Airs?
We lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds, which sucked.
Well, they're on the road, dude. Them and De La Cruz.
Well, they were on a roll. I mean, they lost 3 in a row. They lost 2 in a row when they got to us. We beat them the first game in a rain delay game, and we killed them 10-3 or something like that. But then after that, they got us twice. Now we're like you on the 3-game losing streak because Minnesota tore us up last night. And I don't know what it is about the Twins, dude. It doesn't matter if we play them here. It doesn't matter if we play them on the road. We always have problems with the Twins. I have no idea. So I'm ready to burn my City Connect jersey. The Orioles.
They won again last night.
They win them on Friday night home games. They've only won. They are now 1-3 with those jerseys on, or either 1-3, 1-3 or 1-4. It's just I love the jerseys, man. But dude, they're cursed. They're cursed.
1-3, yes.
You can't clip these wings. So yeah, you can clip these wings when we wear these jerseys for whatever reason. But anyway, I mean, we're still, I guess, 15 games over 500. But we gotta
still in second place.
Yeah, but we gotta take advantage of people being hurt on the Yankees and Blue Jays not playing good and Boston's still not really that great. I mean, we cannot rest on our laurels, man. We gotta keep stacking wins, man. So I just want this stretch to be good before the All-Star break. But yeah, man, I turned off the game in the third inning last night. I was like, I can't do this right now. So I'm not feeling pretty good about my Orioles right now.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're. How many games over 500?
15, I believe.
15, and you're in second place.
Yep. And
you're feeling what?
I'm not feeling that good about my Orioles.
Not feeling that good. It's like for the projection of the season or just this week?
No, just right now, man. We've had bad starting pitching, bad bullpen, not hitting in clutch situations. It's just
terrible for a team 15 games over 500, right? I cannot, I can't understand your pain because it doesn't even sound like pain. It's like belly aching. It sounds what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Boulder there. It's like, oh, look at us. We've lost 3. We're 5-5 in our last 10. Oh, we're 20, run differential. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're 16 games over 500. Ooh. Let me see. The closest competitor to you is 3.5 games behind you in the Yankees. Ooh, man, we are bad. Let me see. We have the 3rd best record in the American League. Oh, my God. I do not feel good about this team. Stop. My team is literally 2.5 games away from last. Okay?
Yeah, I think
18, not 17 games or 18. No, you're 18 games over. We're 18.5 behind the Braves. How about that?
Good Lord. I hate to say it,
Bucks 16. You're 16 over. We're 18.5.
I hate to say it, but you're right. Bucks got to go.
Oh my gosh! Oh wow! When did that happen? I know what I'm talking about. I can see it. We need it needs listen. I know our owner came out and was like, we're gonna wait and whatever. Unless you're trading away everybody and just starting over with the young guys and you get stuff back, or you just bring up the young kids in the minor league system, there's no reason. I mean, we're 10 games. I know it's a long season. Other teams have come from behind and gone on a roll. I get it. We're 18 and a half out of first. That's a long way to go. And this team has the talent, but I'm just not. It has to take. It's going to take a lot. So, speaking of taking a lot, it would have taken a lot from the Mets to have an all-star starter in this year's all-star game. But alas, of course, we didn't get one because again, besides Pete Polar Bear, who was leading the league in home runs for a while till he got hurt, and then some guy named Ohtani has 30 right now. He obviously is not an all-star starter. So, so let's announce the all-star. Just the starters, not the reserves that haven't been picked. So, so for the American League, it's better known as the Wrangles. So it's just between the Angels and the Rangers. Sprinkled in 2 Tampa Bays and a Yankee. So there you go. That's all you need to know about the American League. Even though Joe Judge obviously is not going to start because he's been hurt ever since he hit his toe on that cheap wall out there in Los Angeles in that cheap stadium with that cheap team.
So Adley Rutschman's not going to be the starting catcher?
I was not voted in. Jonah Heim is the starting catcher for the American League.
Who?
Jonah Heim from Texas. Texas has 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 starters.
What? Who?
So I guess. You did it. So we can just go from catcher on down. So starting catcher Jonah Heim, Texas. Yandy Diaz, first base, Tampa. Marcus Simeon, Texas, second baseman. Shortstop Corey Seager. Third baseman Josh Jung, Texas. Mike Trout, some reason, made the All-Star team, outfielder. Randy Arozarena. Tampa Bay. Was it?
Randy Arozarena.
There you go. Rosarena, Tampa. Aaron Judge, of course, and Shohei Ohtani is rounds out your American League starters. Oh. National League starters: Sean Murphy, catcher, Atlanta. Freddie Freeman, first baseman, Dodgers. Luis Arias, Miami, second base. Orlando Arcia, shortstop, Atlanta. Nolan Arenado, St. Louis, third baseman. Ronald Acuna Jr., of course, outfielder, Atlanta. Mookie Betts, outfielder, Dodgers. Corbin Carroll, outfielder, Arizona. And J.D. Martinez as designated hitter. So
can't say I'm excited.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna have O's on the team. Are you? I mean, Adley's gonna be on the team. You know that. There's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that he's not gonna be on that team. He's gonna be. He earned it, not because we gotta pick somebody from every team. The O's are a good team. He's a good player. That dude deserves to be an All-Star, and he will be an All-Star. So that's going to be cool. The only Met that deserves to be an All-Star at this point, probably Polar Bear. I know none of our pitchers. That's for darn sure. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't know if the omen of when our pitcher got hurt in that in the World Baseball Classic. Just our season's been a freak accident like that all season. So. But I guess Polar Bear would probably be the only person that would probably make it from the Mets, basically. Oh. Yeah. But and yeah, you have some good pitchers, right?
Yeah. Well, Felix Batista will make it. And,
that's Batista and Cano.
And Cano should make it, yeah.
Yeah, so you probably can get 3 O's on the team. So, yeah. we're probably just going to get Polar Bear. Maybe Lindor because he's having his RBIs or his batting average is terrible, but he does lead shortstops and runs and RBIs, and defensively he's good. So he could maybe, but Polar Bear is probably the only one. So we'll see.
So see, okay, okay. So I'm reading an article because I'm like, how did Rutschman not make it? Adley Rutschman screwed out an All-Star starting spot by MLB's new voting gimmick, Phase 2. What? So they have two phases. Unfortunately, this year, the MLB has made a choice to debut a Phase 2 to the voting process, in which votes were wiped clean. And the top two vote getters at each position in each league went against each other in a hit-to-hit vote-off? What? In this Phase 2, Rutschman was beaten out by Jonah Heim.
Wait, I'm confused.
What? There was simply no fighting the flood of Rangers fans who got 3 more players from their team in this top 2. They were basically the only American League fan base with strong motivation to be well aware of the new voting gimmick to make full advantage of it. This is stupid.
Wait a second.
I can't, dude. I can't. What?
Wait a second.
Dude, I can't do this. I can't right now. This is just dumb. Why is there a Phase 2? Dude, hurt.
That whatever you just read sounds like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You vote for the freaking All-Star game. The person with the most votes wins. Period. Why are we doing Phase 1 and 2?
I thought he just got outvoted. What the?
I mean, what are we doing? I can't right now, yo. I can't. Because that's the dumbest thing. That's got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, yo. And I think I just froze my computer.
Yo, wait a second, yo. I'm sorry, everybody. I know we're live. I'm perplexed at the stupidity of whatever it is you just told me occurred.
So basically, Phase 1 is the.
No, why is there face? What is this, Marvel? Why are there faces? What is this? I don't understand.
Dude,
try to make me understand. Why are there faces? I'm so confused right now.
I can't, dude. I can't right now. I don't understand. I can't. All right, I can't, dude.
All right. Anyway, we can probably address this more.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this a little bit more, dude. I had no. You had no idea, obviously, but it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. You vote for who you want. The fans get to vote. There shouldn't be phases to this. There shouldn't be phases.
So this year's voting, the leading vote getter in each league in Phase 1 gets to skip Phase 2. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Anyway,
yeah, we gotta move on now. We gotta move.
Yeah,
on.
This is stupid. This is stupid. All right. All right. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of MLB once again gambling with their fan base.
Yeah.
We've had some gambling suspensions earlier in the year for the NFL. And this week, 4 more players were suspended for gambling violations. So, I mean, this just brings up a broader topic and just, you know, as we all know, DraftKings and what's the other one? Dual, FanDuel, and I mean they're everywhere now.
Yeah, you got Caesars. I mean, there's
Yeah, there's dude, these commercials, especially in a state like Maryland that we're here. These
right.
commercials and these emails were flying as soon as it became legal, we're flying everywhere.
Right.
I was like, there's stuff I haven't even heard of as far as sports betting. So we all know that it's been who? Bless you.
Thanks.
I don't know who's SM.
Dummies, I blame SM. Yeah, who is SM? I don't know.
Santa Monica. Aren't you working? You off today?
Yeah, go ahead. I just want to read a couple things real quick because I just want to have a discussion about this because I think this is something that needs to be talked about.
Yeah, please.
So first, I just want to talk about what happened this week. Then I want to talk about what the rules are, and then I want to talk about just the state of sports gambling for these athletes and what's your opinions of it, okay? And what
social media?
What
social media? Where
Oh, okay.
I don't never heard it called SM though. I mean, and Nay knows.
Yeah, she's the queen of social media. So.
Yeah, this is 10,000% true.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, all right. So let's just read this real quick. So, all right, this is courtesy of NFL.com. NFL suspends 4 players for violating league's gambling policy. So Isaiah Rodgers and Rashad Berry of the Indianapolis Colts and free agent Demetrius Taylor suspended indefinitely through at least the conclusion of the 2023 season for betting on NFL games in the 2022 season. Nicholas Ferrer of the Titans is suspended for the team's first 6 games of the 2023 regular season for betting on non-NFL sports at a club facility. Rodgers, Berry, and Taylor can petition for reinstatement at the conclusion of the season. The Colts waived Rodgers and Berry following the announcement of their indefinite suspensions. We made the following roster moves as a consequence of the determination that these players violated the league's gambling policy, said Colts General Manager Chris Ballard. The integrity of the game is of utmost importance. As an organization, we will continue to educate our players, coaches, and staff on the policies in place and the significant consequences that may occur with violations. Okay, now in a statement, Rodgers said he takes full responsibility for his actions. Here's the thing. The gambling policy prohibits anyone in the NFL from engaging in any form of gambling in any club or league facility or venue, including the practice facility, per the league. All right, so that's just a breakdown of the suspensions. But here's the thing: I want to just read briefly this article, and this is where I think the problem one of the things where it stems from. CBS Sports did a breakdown of what actually are the rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what are the rules, right? Here's one of the problems is there's different players. I mean, there's different standards for the players and for the athletes and other NFL personnel. So let me just read this real quick. When it comes to the NFL's gambling policy, it seems that some players are still confused about what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. After being handed a 6-game suspension this year, Lions receiver Jameson Williams even admitted he wasn't aware of how the gambling policy works. Williams was one of 5 players to get hit with a major suspension back in April. Williams isn't the only player who appears to be confused about the league's gambling policy. The Athletic recently interviewed 5 anonymous players, and none of them seem to have a full grasp or understanding of the gambling policy. One player was unaware that he couldn't place bets from a team facility, while another player thought the policy meant that you couldn't bet on anything during the NFL season. One veteran who's been in the NFL for a decade admitted that he flat out didn't know what the policy was. I don't even know what the rule is, or when the rule changed, or the fine print, or what you can and can't gamble on, the veteran said. The NFL actually has a different gambling policy for players and league personnel. On the players' end, here's the 3 main rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, no betting on the NFL. This rule is pretty clear. It applies to both players and league personnel. No one is allowed to gamble on any NFL-related events. 2,
and that to me is common sense.
Right. That's common sense. The second major thing is betting on other sports. All NFL personnel other than players are further prohibited from placing, soliciting, or facilitating bets on any other professional, college, international, or amateur sports competition or event. So basically, what this means is NFL players are allowed to bet on other sports, but other league personnel are not allowed to bet on other sports. It's confusing. And then the third major rule is no gambling in the workplace. Basically, it's that one is although players are allowed to gamble on other sports, they aren't allowed to make bets while they are in a team facility or venue. So essentially, don't gamble, don't place a bet on other sports while you're working.
Yeah, like us, like we can't be like we're at work,
right?
We're not going to be on over TikTok,
right?
In the middle of a work day. So while you're sitting there, don't go on DraftKings, don't go on FanDuel, whatever it is that you have, Caesars or whatever. While you're at the facility, do it from your house.
Right.
But
not just from the facility, even if you're working, right? So like if you're on the road, you're in a hotel, you're on the
that's why I said your house. That's why I was like here at your house.
Right. Just bet at your house.
Yeah, that's it. That's the safest thing. Bet at your house.
Just bet at your house. Make it real.
And then the crazy thing is you have people that tell them to do it.
No.
What I'm saying is, like, say I'm on a team.
They can't. They're not allowed to do that.
No, like you can do whatever you want. I'm not giving you money. I'm just saying, like,
that's not allowed, Hurt. That's not allowed.
I'm not talking about like NFL games or whatever. I mean, on anything.
Oh,
so the guy who plays for Indianapolis, right? Who was suspended, I think, 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, the betting I engaged in was not NFL related and was legal under Tennessee law. Said it was only being sanctioned because it occurred at Titans facility. So because he did it while he was at the facility.
Right.
So what I'm saying, don't do it. Go bet on this horse race. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. You just put some money on it. That's what I'm saying. But you don't do it. Like, well, or I'm not going to do it while I'm at work, but I have to.
But I don't think they can do that, because it's like I said, this thing is really convoluted. The bottom line is, so I think first of all, the NFL, this is a problem, and we knew this was going to be a problem whenever they started letting, FanDuel and DraftKings sponsor their sporting events. Like the crazy thing is, you watch a football game. Remember how it went to, well, I don't want to make any picks. You know what I'm saying? Like the analysts or the commentators like, I don't want to make any picks, blah, blah, blah. Now they have segments before the games. Hey, take Pat Mahomes on touchdowns and Pachenko with 100 yards for plus 500. I mean, plus 450 yards. Like they talk about this stuff prior to the game. The DraftKings tip of the week or the bet of the game. It's crazy. Like before, they didn't even want to touch this stuff. They didn't even want to talk about it. Remember, these picks are for entertainment purposes only. Remember that?
Yeah, but remember it used to be like people. But again, football has been like this since the beginning. Remember people like Jimmy the Greek?
Jimmy the Greek, son. Yeah.
I mean, that dude would be talking about gambling the whole show. So the NFL's been having this type of element on there. I put it like this, and I'm going to agree. I agree with Nate on one thing. Like the reason I feel like it's pretty simple. You know who has it? I haven't seen on this list.
Who?
Anybody from the Raiders.
Right.
I feel like of all the people who should be going down the slippery slope, you think?
Yeah. I
don't see anybody on there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they seem to have understood what was going on.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I mean, I get that the rule is, I'm sure it can be convoluted for the players and stuff. But when I feel like this just goes back to, I mean, I know I don't, maybe because we're older and I get it. We go back to Pete Rose, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just in sports in general, we've known this has been an issue in every sport for a long time. So even if us getting contracts, I'm not touching or betting or doing any of those things because I know those things are connected with issues when it comes to the sport I'm playing. It happens in tennis, happens in it happens in basketball, football, baseball, all the sports. And you know that something comes down on you if you engage or you whatever it is. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So you just can't do it. I'm not even touching it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, this is no different, in my view, of any other employer. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I can't go on my job and place bets, hurt. You understand what I'm saying?
You can't even go to Virginia because you're
Yeah,
at work.
right. Like, dude, when you're working, you're working. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? When I'm at home, when I'm chilling at home and I want,
Yeah, but say you just finished lifting, right? You lifted, you bench press, right? So you get your 300 bench press on, you finish working out, you sit at the bench, somebody hands you the phone, you're like, oh, the NBA, let me put 20 on Kevin Love tonight. Just pops in your head. You're like, I want, you know what I'm saying? While you in the weight room, it's just one of those things. But to me, it's not worth it.
right.
Look, these dudes are suspended for a season.
Right.
And they bet on NFL games. Why are you betting on NFL games?
Right. Come on.
But how do you think, again, and I feel like sometimes it's almost like with players playing fantasy football. Like I really feel like most guys who play fantasy football, they pick themselves because they know they want to get that extra yard, baby. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the guys who stop at the 1 yard line, and I'm fine with that. I guess unless I lost that week, right, because of it. But it's know what you're doing, know what surrounds you, know your role.
Yeah.
Know your role. I don't NFL betting on NFL games. As an active player, come on. That's again, you're in Tennessee, Kentucky, wherever you are, and you put a little bet on maybe you like soccer, whatever it is, Premier League. But you're at work, you're at the facility. They are obviously tracking these things. Don't do it.
Right.
That can wait.
Yeah.
It can wait. Like I said, you wake up and you're at home. Well, let me put on my beds before I get to work. If you want to do that, just obviously not on NFL games. But just know where you are. Know where you are. I don't know. Like, again, I can see how they get like, oh, you can't do that. How about just not do it?
Right.
It's as simple as how about just not do it? They bet on a bunch of stuff in the locker room. I mean, just keep it there. Yeah. I mean, it's true. You're right. I mean, Nays is 100% correct. Like, people on social media, like I said, they just go after people. And here they just think that, oh, this is okay. And they don't even listen to where they work or what they do. Because, yeah, I mean, you walked around your job. You've seen people probably on Facebook. Probably, you're like, I know you had lunch like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've literally gone up to people like, so you don't have nothing to do? You over here TikToking, or you can sit here and someone sends me something. I'm usually on a break or doing like, I'm on a break. I can sit here, whatever. But if you're not on a break or you're doing, don't do it. Do your work. Do your job. But yeah, social media has created monsters for a lot of people. But for this I know what the rules are where I work. Period. Don't A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And sports, and sports and everything goes with that. Yeah, and this one those it's working from home. I know that one. That one I'm pretty
That's why I love working from home.
But I mean it's true. But I'm also I'm working from home. I'm getting paid by my employer to work during that time. So if they can look upon it as, yeah, you're at home, but you're working, you're clocked in. Could that still be looked upon as, while you're at work, doing something like that? Not saying that could be the case, but you never know, right?
Yeah,
They keep track of everything.
Yeah, it's just
to me. I'm still careful. I barely eat lunch when I'm working from home.
I just think teams need to, and they're going to start doing this. They're going to educate their players even more. You know, to make sure that the players understand these policies. This is just going to be a problem, man. It's just going to be a problem. So we'll see.
So everything good over there?
Yeah, I'm starting
Right.
to freeze up on my side. I don't know what's going
on. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just me. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Wonderful. All right. Today we are obviously going to be talking about pottery and how to make clay pots from earthware. So we're going to go outside. We're going to demonstrate. Now, this is, of course, still the MLB podcast, but it's just the NY part. Brian will, of course, be back in a second. It's usually me who freezes, so this is something new. So welcome to the new show, everybody. Obviously, we had Brian gambled while we were talking. So Brian had to go, unfortunately. He put in a bet, and he's been suspended from the show for a couple weeks. So it's just gonna be me. Anyways, my month anyway, it's July, so I should just have total control of the show. So once Brian gets reinstated, he'll be back on the show. But for now, it's just going to be me. Again, I told him not to do it. It's a shame, but he had to place that bet on, the Orioles last night, and it didn't come through. So, but if he bet on the Mets, he'd lose all the time because I don't bet on my team at all. But the betting thing is it's very convoluted. It's just, but a lot of it has to do, and we give people a pass on this. It just has to do with common sense. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's just that simple. Do it when you're not playing. And the guys betting on NFL games, how insane is that? I'm not. You're playing NFL games, but you're betting on NFL games. That's all that stuff doesn't work at all. So it's just one of those things where you just know you should do better than what you are. And B has been reinstated after betting on the podcast. So, man, I'm glad you made it back. We were worried. I thought you were going to be suspended for the rest of the month. I told you not to put those bets down while we were doing the show, and you obviously just didn't listen.
I have no idea what just happened, but
it's usually me. So
I closed out the show on the audio end, so because I thought the whole thing went down, but I guess it was just me. So
okay.
Yeah. So all right.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts?
The only closing thought I have for this week is I just want to wish everybody a happy weekend, happy 4th of July, and just want to wish everybody well, man.
Yeah, well, everybody also just be careful. There's no, keep all your hands and toes with the fireworks.
Yeah.
You can't. Again, it's cool to go see them, but just be careful. Be careful. But and happy birthday to America, 247 coming up for the United States. But of course, America do better.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for joining us here, StreamYard, YouTube. You can subscribe and like MLB Podcast, Facebook, IG, Twitter, as well as Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and iTunes. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Nay, for the dialogue. And of course, it is cancer season. It's the best season of the whole year. So thank you everybody. Well, no, Virgo season. I gotta give it to Virgo season as well.
Yeah.
So, a lot of important people in my life are Virgos.
Yeah.
So I definitely have to say Virgo season. Okay, we're not going to put that up.
Yeah, I'm not putting that up. Sorry, man.
Thank you for tuning in. Have a safe weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Peace out.
Oh, wow. Those Virgos.